Great job. You see lots of numbers, look like blah blah blah. Okay, let's keep going.
Naori,
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dahna. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen. That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
I wish they would stop with this like little cutscenes here and there and hints and stuff, because it's all over the place. These are things that we know from like hours ago. Like, it's been so long ago since this has been declared, and we are seeing it now. It's like there's such a time disconnect between when we know about things and when we get to see things and when the party get to figure things out. It's just a mess. At this point, I wish the devs would have just given us like one big cutscene and showed us everything, and then just pushed us into the next phase of the game, instead of stopping every 20 minutes for some exposition and mini shortcuts, just for some additional detail that honestly doesn't change all that much. That's my opinion. I would just have like one high quality, longer cutscene would be nice. Just keep it cohesive. And then have us and the characters figure things out at the same time as we go, and then like one big cutscene and then next phase and then repeat. It's just more cohesive and the pacing would be better. At this point I don't really care about half of it, because I already know. Is that cacti? What does this look like? Let's check the sides. Treats. We're getting a lot of treats. Alright, I'm getting nothing. Okay. Out of place biological matter. Horribly rendered.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renans Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renans Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renans Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renans Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renans Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renans Alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dahna. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renans Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just... Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Dahnan voice speaking through her?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renans Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renans Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renans Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Xion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still. No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in.
It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories
Is the reason for your curse.
the thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Alright. Wouldn't it have been cool to be able to see all the things that Naori said in a cutscene? In an anime-style cutscene? Where we could actually see Alphen lose control and the sacrifice that Naori had to make. Rather than hearing it. I think it would have been cool to see it. I think it would have been very suspenseful and intense. But, well, I didn't make this game. And also, I've noticed for a while now that the writing style in Tales of Arise is very much like generic anime, where they have a lot of still frames of people talking and talking and talking instead of like getting to the point a little bit faster. Anyways, a couple of questions. Was wondering more about this merger between the Sovereign and the Lenegis as a whole, how that would work. And also, how did Naori create descendants if she had thorns? Maybe the thorns didn't manifest with her, but like, we're talking 300 years here. Why exactly is she on? Anyways, I had some other questions, but honestly I forgot because they were just rambling on. See that they've swapped their outfits. The elfin outfit is pretty bad, but defeated all lights. So whatever. Oh yeah, that's the fight thing. You have to do that one. I have to do this too. Boss fish special card. Alright, anyways, let's just pick something. It's not that much to pick from. Reduce art casting time during combos. I don't know if the AI does that. Ooh. Restore CP at the end of battle while the effects from cooking are active. I'm gonna say for that one. Let's just do that. I'm holding off on this to see if I can, if I need to put points into anything else. And these guys I'm just holding off on. It's not really any... I don't even know if I have the energy to play these characters out. We'll see. Sodale Arthalis. A sword given to the chosen sovereign that draws out all their latent powers so as to carry out the spirit channeling ceremony. Gam Arthalis. A ceremonial garb that chosen... Okay. Las Fiarquis. Oh my god, there is more.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Dahnans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dahna.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Dahnans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Safe. That's safe. I'm gonna keep the new costumes. Pedestal, where the Renans almost set that 300 years ago back. This is where we came from. That's a pretty cool looking sword, actually. Is it better than all the others? By a significant margin, actually. Quite a bit better, what the hell? It's a little bit of a power spike, but alright. Anyways, I'm gonna end here before we get locked into 5,000 skits and more repeat narration. So yeah, okay, wouldn't necessarily say the story got pushed forward a lot, mostly a little bit. Still a lot of things to actually uncover. The important stuff is still left to uncover. We're mostly just uncovering stuff in the past at the moment. Nothing really about what's happening now or in the future. So hopefully we'll get to learn more. So yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a nice day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.